Okay, well, Matt, good round today. As Fred said earlier, there's a little peaks and valleys, but if we could start with your first 14 holes, 10 under par, that's a lot more representative of, I feel like, the golf that you came into the week feeling good about.
Yeah, listen, I'm playing some really good golf. I certainly was in very good control out there for the majority of the day, and had a lot of good things going. It was a fun first 14th. Listen, the 15th hole is, I think, one everybody's kind of got circled in their yardage book. This one could get you in some trouble. I had a terrible tee shot. I tried to ride the wind, try to have a slightly shorter club in, and ended up hitting a big hook instead of a little draw. It was a big hook in the junk, and yeah, that's the only one I'd love to have back. The approach in is a tough approach. When it came off the club, I thought it was pretty good. The wind just got the best of it. You know, left is no good, but neither is right. You have a big margin right, but I mean, you could hit the right edge of the green and end up in the same place I was. The slopes are just huge there, and so, um, you know, from where I was, we all looked at that practice rounds and saw that's not a great place to be, and it is not a great place to be. I had one of those kind of resodded, ugly lies at first. I'm not sure how you play that shot with that steep of a bank, and I did not execute it, and then was in the hazard and really had no shot. And thankfully, my ball, I don't know on which attempt that was, my seventh, was in a spot that I felt like, all right, this gives me a chance to get up and down, and I hit a nice chip up there to a foot and a half or 2 feet, and you know, all of a sudden saw what you know, it was a big lead turn into not much of a lead. It's amazing how quick things can go in the game of golf. Certainly, I saw a big lead go away, but at the same time, like I still feel like I'm awfully pleased with the state of my game.
One more question, then I'll let Adam. Not to sound too philosophical, but you were kind of at a crossroads at that point. You could have let that just completely devour your mood, your attitude, everything, but you didn't. You're standing here, you're talking to us now. You finished your round, you're smiling. Obviously, the game of golf is a lot more mental. Is it fair to say so than physical? Is that what makes the difference with you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I have a pretty good understanding of how that outlook. And listen, it's 72 holes. Like I'm normally really good at bogey avoidance. Certainly, even better at double bogey avoidance, and then throw quadruple bogey avoidance. I'm pretty good at, but it happens here. And you know, the next hole, I kind of was really looking forward to executing good shots. I did not. That's one of my favorite holes on the course. I think 16 is a really well designed hole. Got myself in a kind of another tricky situation, and I was hugely pleased. Probably, I thought biggest shot of the day for me was that putt for bogey. I made about a 10-footer for bogey there, and that's one like walking off the green. I think had that not gone in, my head might have hung a little low. But have that go in, you know, all right, I'm playing good golf. A bit of a bummer walk off with a par on the last, but you know, I did put a drive in a bunker and tried to be aggressive and ended up kind of lipping out for birdie. But all in all, listen, I still feel like I'm playing really good golf, and certainly would love to be 6 shots clear of where I am at the moment. But I'm at a good spot and certainly excited for tomorrow.
What do you think Tiger would say to you about that 15th hole today?
He'd probably say, well, why don't you hit it on the right side of the green? Said it's pretty easy. He's giving you a big hill. Hit it over on the right. Camilo had no problem with it today. Like, listen, it's a unique thing. I mean, we saw a birdie on that hole and an 8 on that hole. Like, it's doable. It's not an impossible hole. But it is certainly one where lots of trouble can be had.
Was your head spinning 15, 16?
It's funny, things start getting moving quickly. I feel like this was, and I felt it, and I felt like I was able to slow it down about as well as I've handled these situations in the past. I think everybody's had this happen. If you've played competitive golf, you've kind of been in a situation like this, and certainly I saw things going quickly, but I think I was able to stay about as calm as I've ever been when I've kind of seen these things start to move as quick as they move.
Okay, you're a free man.
All right, thank you.
Have a good